Top of the Tuesday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. 9th of August 2022. And it's a good thing to know you're there. And if you're just joining, it's good to know you're joined. Alrighty, this is TNT 102.5 FM Nigeria. It's your all options now, the voice of the truth, the definition of radio broadcasting in Nigeria. This is where we'll bring to you the best of excellent broadcasting, excellent programming, the best you can imagine in the whole Nigeria. Do not forget that we are transmitting live on Facebook and all of our social media platforms. Remember that this is your program, The Mainstream. The Mainstream is designed for everyone listening, so you can be abreast of what is trending across the country. So that while you get abreast, you can also make your own analysis. And that's why we open the phone lines when the time is right so you can contribute, dropping your comment onto just a story out of all the stories. My name is Nelson Olawi. I'm welcoming you on behalf of the executive producer of the program, Alaji Yemizubar, and all members of the production crew. And I'll be reading alongside my colleague.
Bioluwatofe Adepoju. Good morning. Welcome all. Welcome one. Welcome all. We'll go on a short break now to come back to serve you headlines making the rounds this morning.
And before we go for that short break, how do you do this morning?
I'm doing very well. I'm just a bit cold,
It's cold outside because when I woke
cold
up this morning
outside.
trying to get out, I'm like, it's cold this
Yeah,
morning.
very,
But
very cold.
apparently, we have to get to work whether it's cold or not.
Not.
Right, we'll take a break, like she said. When we return, we'll start with the headlines. Still the stories we're talking. You don't go.
Okay, welcome back from that short break, and now we are set to give you headlines making the rounds this morning. Shite, security agents clash in Kaduna, 6 killed.
And talking headlines, still the stories. Governor's advice on linear public service rattles labor exports.
Killings, no pending firearms license application, says police.
Benue government, Dangote cement still differ on tax remittance.
Peace talks suffer, Wike descends on Atiku's men.
FG frees Dariye Nyame, 159 others.
Lagos leads again as monkeypox cases hit 157.
Again, Ohaneze, Afenifere blast Buhari over insecurity.
Nance to engage federal government over ASO demands.
Military kills 8 bandits in Plateau.
Shoyinka knocks pirates confraternity for mocking Tinubu.
Will continue to provide needed infrastructure despite paucity of fund, says Abiod.
Sanwo-Olu's aide, Sanyaolu for burial on Wednesday.
And another one, talking in Plateau. Police arrest 17 suspected kidnappers, armed bandits.
Colleges of Education teachers meet on strike Wednesday.
Internal crisis forces PDP to postpone NEC meeting.
Rivers dispatches fact-finding team as measles kills 50.
We are trying to be a nation, says IBB.
Ekiti Varsity, major beneficiary of ASO's struggle, and this is coming from Union.
Autumn right, Buhari 6 permits for newly established security outfit.
Abiodun pledges provision of infrastructure.
WAEC withholds results of 10, I beg your pardon, WAEC withhold results of 365,564 candidates over alleged malpractices.
Kano ASO decries threat on Kaduna Varsity members.
And another one on the program this morning, the mainstream on TNT FM 102.5. Again, Amotekun intercepts 168 suspected invaders, 40 motorcycles, cows in Ondo.
Oil theft. Okoa calls for surveillance contract review.
And there's how far we can go with headlines. Still the stories we'll have on the table that we'll have to bring your way this morning on the program, the mainstream. And now we'll take another break, a quick one. And then we'll return with details to some of those headlines and, of course, many more. Please don't touch the dial. having
And welcome back from that short break. I'll be taking this from the Guardian newspaper this morning. Again, Ohanize Afenifere blast Buhari over insecurity. And before the details, we have three riders here. As OYC says, more than 2,355 Igbo killed in North. And the second rider says, our security challenge threatens building industry by architect. And the last rider here says, Uriwa asked federal government to deploy foreign mercenaries. And now moving to the details, Apex Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization, Ohanize Indigo Worldwide, has criticized President Muhammadu Buhari for being unduly selective in his comments on insecurity as it concerns the South geopolitical zone. Ohanize was reacting to a recent statement by Buhari on alleged killing of Nigerians by unknown persons in Imo State, wherein leaders of the zone were blamed. In a statement signed by National Publicity Secretary of Ohanese, Chidioze Alex, the group accused the president of singling out what happens in the southeast while turning a blind eye to horrors in other parts of the country, including his native Katsina state. While condemning the attack, Ohaneze nevertheless frowned at the statement by the presidency, which is nuanced against the southeast as a haven for terrorists that attack non-indigenous and law enforcement officials, implying that the insecurity persists because the leaders have not forcefully spoken. This is very unfair to the Igbo, especially when the presidency knows the root cause and nature of the insecurity in the southeast. It needs to be added that the solution to the insecurity in the southeast lies in the enormous powers of the presidency. It is a very long one here. Also, Pan Yoruba Social Political Organization Afenifere yesterday expressed dismay over the level of insecurity in the country, wondering if the president is aware. In a statement by National Publicity Secretary Mr. Jari Ajayi, Afenifere said the situation appears to suggest there is no authority that can chain the monster. It said, according to the Constitution, Buhari, as Commander in Chief of the Armed Forces, is responsible for the security of Nigerians. As I have said earlier, it is a long one, well detailed, written on today's edition of the Guardian newspaper. For more, you can pick up the edition, checking out for this headline. Again, Ohaneze, Afenifere blast Buhari over insecurity.
I'll start reading from the Nigerian Tribune paper this morning. Autumn writes Buhari seeks firearm permit for newly established security outfit. And now the detail. Governor Autumn of Benue State has written President Muhammadu Buhari for firearm licensing for the newly established Benue State Community Volunteer Guard, inaugurated last week to provide surveillance and intelligence gathering in the wake of persistent herdsmen attacks. Otamo disclosed this yesterday while playing host to a delegation from the Northern Christian Women Coalition at the Government House in Makurdi. Said the move became necessary following the legitimated process of establishing the security outfit so as to help restore peace in the troubled parts of the state. Otam noted that the president he knew would approve his request to also empower his people against their transducers, or at best leave room for a fair level of response on the defense of his people. During the launch last week, Otam said the guards were designed to address community security and safety. According to him, the volunteer guards were not established for political purposes ahead of the 2023 general election. Otom writes Buhari seeks firearm permit for newly established security outfit. More to that report, pick up today's edition of the Nigerian Tribune.
And from the Vanguard newspaper this morning, insecurity will take up arms to defend ourselves. Ogbomoso residents, the federal government. And the first rider here says, Nigeria on the brink, Afenifere warns. We are committed to combating insecurity, and this is from Army. And now moving to the details. Residents of Ogbomoso zone in Oyo State yesterday trooped out in mass to protest the incessant kidnapping and killing in the area, vowing to take up arms to defend themselves if the federal government and relevant agencies saddled with the responsibilities of securing their lives and property fail to curb the menace. This came on the day the Pan Yoruba socio-political organization Afenifere expressed serious worries and consternation about the level of insecurity in Nigeria and wondered if President Muhammadu Buhari is aware of the situation at all. But the Nigerian army yesterday restated that constant training of its men and officers is imperative towards combating the insecurity challenges currently bedeviling the country. The protest, led by the Ogbomosho Consultative Council and Ogbomosho Community Youth Forum, took off from Taki Square with different inscriptions such as "May God console the families of Benga Owolabi, Rachel Opadele and Idowu Ajagbe killed by kidnappers. Allow us to defend ourselves. Come to our rescue before we start self-defense. The last kidnapping must be the last as well as kidnapping. We must not continue like this." Moved around the town and later converged at Shonwub. It is a well dated one. They therefore assure the residents, I beg your pardon, traditionalists, members of Oduas People's Congress, OPC, Agbekoya, Amotekun, vigilantes, and other groups who spoke at the rally said they were ready to give it whatever it takes to stop the criminal activities in Ogbomoso and its environs. They therefore assured the residents that necessary steps have been taken on the matter and urged them to cooperate with all indigenous security outfits in their effort to combat crimes in the region. From the Vanguard newspaper this morning with this headline: Insecurity. We'll take up arms to defend ourselves. Ogbomoso residents dare federal government.
From the Vanguard there, let's go to the Daily Trust newspaper. Dariye Nyame finally released from prison. Former governors of Plateau and Taraba State, Senator Joshua Dariye and Jolin Yame, they have been released from Kuje Correctional Facility in Abuja. This is coming 3 months after their pardon by the Council of State, led by the President Muhammadu Buhari on the 14th of April this year. A source from the correctional facility told Daily Trust correspondents that the former governors were set free around 2:15 p.m. on Monday. Also released were three other inmates from Suleja Custodial Center in Niger. He said, quote, they were pardoned. They were granted pardon based on ill health, age, and good conduct and industry while in the custodial center. Efforts to get to the spokesperson for the Nigeria Correctional Service, Abubakar Umar, for the confirmation was not possible, but an official in the department said he was in a meeting. If you remember, Iya was to serve a 12-year jail term for diverting 1.64 billion naira from during his tenure as the governor of Taraba State, while Dariye was serving 10 years imprisonment of 1.126 billion naira fraud. The council's decision to release the two has generated a lot of controversy. Daily Trust has it, and you can also get on all the national dailies this morning, but the headlines would differ. This one is on the Daily Trust, and with the headline Dariye Nyame finally released from prison.
And from the Daily Trust to the Daily Post newspaper this morning, NURTW warns members against 2023 politics. The National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, has warned members to stay away from partisan politics. Kwara State Chairman Abdulkarim Abdulrazak said the body was keen on ensuring peaceful elections in 2023. Abdulrazak noted that the rules governing the NURTW do not allow any member to belong to political platforms. Once you are a member, you cannot support any political party, not to talk of campaigning for or moving around with them, he told newsmen. The chairman warned that anyone found participating in rallies or fighting for politicians will be punished and dismissed. This is to ensure peace and stability in the country before, during and after the election, he said. From the Daily Post newspaper this morning with this headline: NURTW warns members against 2023 politics.
Nigeria loses $2 billion monthly to oil vandals, says NNPC. Nigerian National Petroleum Company (NNPC) Limited has disclosed that the country loses about $2 billion monthly to the activities of oil vandals, with its attendant effect on environmental degradation. The group chief executive officer, Milikiar, disclosed this yesterday when a federal government delegation on anti-oil theft, led by the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timipra Silva, visited Governor Ifeanyi Okowa at the government house in Asaba, Delta State. Kyari regretted that Nigeria hardly met Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries OPEC production quota of 1.99 million barrels per day, with the current production level of 1.4 mbpd barrels per day, which is being threatened by the activities of the economic saboteurs. More to this story, please do check today's edition of The Guardian. This story is written on one of the pages of that paper. Nigeria loses $2 billion monthly to oil vandals, says an NPC.
And still taking stories from the Post newspaper this morning: PDP crisis. We won't give our vote to those who ate rivers. And this is coming from Wiki. The River State Governor, Nyesom Wiki, has vowed that the people of the state would not cast their votes for politicians who have no regards for the state. The former presidential aspirant stated this on Monday during the inauguration of the Orochiri Waterlines Junction flyover. According to Wike, the people of River State were ready to resist haters of the state via their votes in 2023, stressing that they must benefit from any candidate that will have their vote. He said, and I quote, "If you say River State does not matter, River State will tell you that you don't also matter at the appropriate time. If you don't like us, we will not like you. If you like us, we will like you. Nobody will use our vote for nothing. Our vote will matter, and River State must benefit from anybody that we are going to support." Politics now is no longer just vote for somebody. It is about what you would do for the people of Rivers State. Wike is loyalist and supporters of the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar had engaged in face-off since the selection of Governor Ifeanyi Okowa as Atiku's running mate. From the Daily Post newspaper with a well-detailed story there: PDP crisis. We won't give our vote to those who ate rivers. And this is coming from Wiki.
I'm still talking politics, but I'll go to The Guardian now. Oyo APC PDP trade words over alleged threat to Falari's life. The Oyo State chapter of the All Progressives Congress APC has raised the alarm over alleged threat to life of its 2023 gubernatorial candidate, Senator Teslim Folari, by Chairman of Disciplinary Committee of the Park Management System, Alhaji Mokala Lamidi, also known as Auxiliary. Lamidi was alleged to have threatened to kill Folari in a video that has gone viral. The party said that owing to Lamidi's violent tendency, the party has no choice than to call on the state security agencies, particularly Oyo State Command of the Nigeria Police Force and the Department of State Services (DSS), to expedite investigation into the threat before it is too late. The APC, in a statement signed by its State Secretary, Alhaji Tajuddin Olanite, also asked the police and the DSS to beef up security around the APC governorship candidate. But reacting, the People's Democratic Party in the state, through its publicity secretary, Akeem Olatunji, said Folari was the one making attempt to attack Lamidi. Olatunji, in a statement yesterday, said the allegation was a fabricated story to gain public sympathy. He said, quote, "It is a complete lie. They just want to be in the news. They have lost relevance. It is a cooked up story. Folari is not in the race. The platform has been destroyed. They are the ones making attempts on Auxiliary just to take him out of circulation. Auxiliary is raising the alarm so that he would not be killed. The federal government, police, and DSS should call Folari to order." More to that report you've got to check on today's edition of The Guardian for you to get more into that story. The headline reads Oyo APC PDP trade words over alleged threat to Folarin's life.
And still in the world of politics this morning, taking this from the Punch newspaper, insecurity may worsen if Makinde is re-elected, and this is coming from APC. The All Progressive Congress in Oyo State has said security in the state will be in a total mess if Governor Sheyi Makinde is re-elected for a second term in office in 2023. The party said this in a statement issued by the state secretary, Alhaji Tajuddin Olanite, and made available to journalists in Ibadan on Monday. The opposition party accused the governor of using the instrumentalists of the state to empower thugs that have been fingered in the killing of some people in the state. The APC spoke against a threat to kill the party's 2023 governorship candidate in the state, Senator Teslim Kolawole Folarin, also the chairman of the Senate Committee on Local Content. He added that Alhaji Mukaila Lamidi, fondly called Auxiliary, who was appointed in February 2022 by Makinde as the chairman of the plenary committee for the park management system of the Oyo State government, issued the threat to Folarin's life in a viral video, and the governor was silent on it. It is a well dated one from the Punch newspaper this morning. For more, you can pick up today's edition. Insecurity may worsen if Makinde is re-elected, and this is coming from APC.
Abilu, let me join you there on the punch. Nigeria, three other top World Bank debtors list. Deadline again. Nigeria, three others top World Bank debtors list. Rising debt has pushed Nigeria up the World Bank's top 10 International Development Association borrowers list. The World Bank fiscal year 2021 audited financial statement, known as the IDA financial statement, showed that Nigeria was rated fifth on the list, with $11.7 billion IDA debt stock as of June 30, 2021. However, the newly released World Bank fiscal year 2022 audited financial statement for IDA showed that Nigeria has moved on to the fourth position on the list with $13 billion IDA debt stock as of June 30, 2022. This shows that Nigeria accumulated about $1.3 billion IDA debt within a fiscal year, with the country taking over the fourth top debtor position from Vietnam. This debt is different from the outstanding loan of $486 million from the World Bank's International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. The top five countries on the list slightly reduced the IDA debt stock, except for Nigeria. There is more to this story. If you're interested in checking on this particular one, check on the Punch newspaper. And with the headline, Nigeria, three others top World Bank debtors list.
And to the Vanguard newspaper from the Punch newspaper this morning, let's talk health matters. COVID 19, misinformation, ban of vaccination uptake in Nigeria. And this is coming from NPHCDA. Now moving to the details, the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency NPHCDA has identified misinformation as one of the key factors responsible for low uptake of COVID-19 vaccine in Nigeria, even as the country begins to witness increase in figure of new cases. Speaking during the 41st Annual Scientific Conference of Association of Community Pharmacists of Nigeria, ACPN, Executive Director and CEO of NPHCDA, Dr. Faiza Shuaib, said the bulk of the country's challenges was at community level, where a huge population are misinformed, thereby making people more vulnerable to COVID 19 infection. Shuaib said that over 26 million people have been fully vaccinated, which represents 23.4% of the eligible population. Currently, our data shows that 26 million eligible persons have been fully vaccinated against COVID 19 in Nigeria, having received the second dose of vaccine. The number of fully vaccinated persons represents 23.4% of the 111 million eligible population targeted for full vaccination against COVID 19 in Nigeria. Shuaibu was represented by the Southwest Zonal Director of the agency. Dr. Adefunke Adeshope said that the COVID 19 crisis provided opportunities to improve routine immunization and at the same time opened doors for more health professionals to be fully integrated in the PHC service delivery. This is written on today's edition of the Vanguard newspaper on health matters. COVID 19, misinformation, ban of vaccination uptake in Nigeria, NPHCDA, others allege.
And still talking on health, Lagos leads again as monkeypox cases are 157. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) has confirmed 157 cases of monkeypox across 26 states in the country. The Punch reports the NCDC revealed this in its latest monkeypox situation report for week 30. Monkeypox is a rare viral zoonotic infectious disease transmitted from animals to humans that occur sporadically, primarily in remote villages of Central and Western Africa near tropical rainforests. Nigeria is one of the countries in Africa where this disease is endemic. The agency said from January 1st to 31st of July this year, 4 deaths were recorded from 4 states: Delta 1, Lagos 1, Ondo 1, and Akwa Ibom 1. The report also revealed that there are at least 413 suspected cases of this disease in the country. Lagos leads again as monkeypox cases hit 157. Read more on the Punch.
And then a quick one from the Guardian newspaper this morning. We will continue to provide needed infrastructure despite paucity of funds, says Abiodun. And before the details, we have a rider here. We will continue to provide needed infrastructure, says Abiodun. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has said that his administration will continue to provide infrastructure capable of opening up and driving the economic development of the state despite paucity of funds. Abiodun gave the assurance yesterday while inaugurating the long stretch of the Igon Shikiti Road in Agwewoye Town, Ijebu North Local Council of the state. For us in Ogun, our goal is to put the state in league of advanced economies and make it an investor's destination of choice. To achieve this, we know the importance of modern day and world class infrastructure. For this reason, we will continue to rehabilitate existing infrastructure, build new ones, and also put them in a position where they will not stand the test of the time, but also serve as a catalyst for socio-economic development. He noted that the Igon Shikiti Road was designed to improve the socio-economic life of the people of Agwewe as well as the surrounding communities by making transportation smooth and convenient for farmers when evacuating their farm produce on market centers. From the Guardian newspaper this morning with this headline, we will continue to provide needed infrastructure despite paucity of funds, says Abiodun.
On the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, again, Amatekon intercepts 168 suspected invaders, 40 motorcycles, cows in Ondo. You have some headlines there that we'll take before the break. We'll take after the break.
There is a headline here. Nigerian Police Academy 2022 ninth regular course recruitment portal.
We'll take those and many more while we return from this break. Don't go.
The beauty of being a business owner is getting your products and services known to the world as well as a great profit margin. Do you want what you do to go beyond the shores of Africa? Do you want your occasion and events to get to your targeted audience without stress? Do you want your voice heard like never before? Look no further. TNT Radio 102.5 is here for you. Put your wares, products, and services right in the waiting hands of your customers when you advertise with us. This is this medium to thank our old and new listeners. We're committed to giving you the best of information, entertainment, and education always and every day. Do stay with us as we take you global. Visit our commercial unit today for announcement and advert placement. TNT 102.5 FM along at Sheikhu Road, Ijabu, Kwara State, or telephone 0909 888 1025 or 0909 777 1025 or 0704 422 1025. TNT 102.5 FM radio. It's your business, our platform, and your profit.
Yes, it's your business, a platform, and your profits. Come along, let's do business, and you're sure to get good returns. Now, let's continue. This is the program, The Mainstream, and it is on your all options radio station, the voice of the truth, TNT 102.5 FM. Now, we're continuing with this on the Nigerian Tribune. Again, Amatekon intercepts 168 suspected invaders, 40 motorcycles, cows in Ondo. Less than 4 days after the arrest of some 151 suspected invaders into Ondo State, men of the State Security Network Agency, Amatekon, on Monday intercepted another set of suspected invaders numbering 168 around Sango Akoreado Road. The suspect who concealed themselves and over 40 motorcycles hid behind cows loaded into trucks into the state. It should be recalled that officials of Amatekun Corps arrested 151 suspected charm-carrying invaders who clearly and cleverly hid behind bags of rice around Sango Akoreado Road. While parading this suspect at the command headquarters, the state commander of the corps, Chief Adetunji Adeleye, said the suspects were intercepted around Itaobulu, Iju in Akure North local government area by a team on stop and search. He said the Amatekon men became suspicious of the movements of suspects and stopped them only to discover some of them hiding behind the cows. Adeleye explained that the investigation revealed that the suspects were coming from Kano and Jigawa State, claiming that they were picked in groups along the road and they had no destination in particular. Or there is more to the story. If you check more, you will be getting it on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. This is the headline to the story. Again, Amatekon intercept 168 suspected invaders, 40 motorcycles, cows in Ondo.
And in a related development, taking this from the Guardian newspaper, Plateau, please arrest 17 suspected kidnappers, armed bandits. And out of the details, the Plateau State Police Command yesterday paraded 17 suspected criminals arrested from Plateau and Bauchi State. They are suspected kidnappers. October 2021, just prison break escape, culpable homicide and armed robbery suspect. Parading the suspect at the police headquarters in Jos, Commissioner of Police Mr. Onyeka said the arrested criminal suspect were rounded up from June to August 2022. Also suspect of criminal intimidation and defilement, two separate suspected kidnappers, armed robber, car thief, and those dealing in illegal arms and ammunition were dead. Oyeka said, and I quote, operatives of the Special Task Squad attached to the command through credible intelligence arrested one Aruna Amiso, 22, on May 10. Upon interrogation, the suspect confessed to belonging to wanted kidnap gang who have been intercepting, robbing, and kidnapping motorists and their passengers along Jengre Saminaka roads. Based on the strength of this information, the Federal Investigation Bureau FIB Special Tactical Squad trailed the kidnappers to their hideout in Kodaro Forest and arrested one Omar Azen, 20, Rufai Ashim, 20, and Adamu Ali, 21, all of Igabi village of in Plateau State, while other members of their gang escaped. It is a well-dated one from the Guardian newspaper this morning. Plateau, police arrest 17 suspected kidnappers, armed bandits.
On the Punch newspaper, Kwara Governor mourns FIRS official killed by bandits. Kwara State Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak has again called on security agencies not to spare any effort to wipe out terrorists and bandits that are terrorizing the people of the country. The governor's appeal was contained in a condolence message sent to the Emir of Lafiagi, Alhaji Mohammed Kawu, on the murder of a top official of the Federal Internal Revenue Service, Alhaji Mohammed Kudu, who was killed by bandits during an attack between Lapai and Lambata on Ilorin Mokwamina Road on Sunday. Kudu Onti's death was the Saduki Lafiagi in the local government area of Kwara State. The governor, in a statement by his chief press secretary, Rafiu Ajakai, described the killing as unfortunate. On the Punch newspaper, Kwara governor mourns FRS official killed by bandits.
And still from the Punch newspaper at my hand here, Sanwo-Olu's aide, Sonyaolu for burial Wednesday. The Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Lagos State on Tertiary Education, Youth and Student Affairs, Omotai Osonyaolu, will be buried on Wednesday. Sonyaolu died in an auto crash on Friday, July 29th, 2022. State government officials have been paying tribute to the deceased, who was said to have risked his life last year by leading a delegate from the state to evacuate a 3-week-old baby, Daniela, a 64 resident of the state who were undergraduates of the University of Jos during attacks and killings in Plateau State. He demonstrated good leadership, fearlessness, selflessness, and kindness to have submitted himself to traveling with those stranded UNIJOS students by road from Abuja to Lagos without being mindful of risk to his life considering the present security challenges in the country. A statement on Monday from the Public Affairs Unit, Office of the Special Advisor on Education, read in part. Paying tribute, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu said he served our party, APC, passionately and meritoriously as a youth leader and contributed to its victory in many elections. From the Punch newspaper this morning, this is the headline: Sanwo-Olu's aide, Sonyaolu for burial Wednesday.
The Guardian has this story. Cross River proposes 1 month paternity leave law for fathers. As part of effort to encourage exclusive breastfeeding amongst women, the Cross River State Government is proposing a law for 1 month and 6 months. I'll take the paragraph again. As part of effort to encourage exclusive breastfeeding amongst women, the Cross River State Government is proposing a law for 1 month and 6 months paid paternity and maternity leave for men and women respectively, plus an exclusive breastfeeding crash for nursing mothers. In an exclusive interview with The Guardian, Director General Cross River State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Janet Epayang, gave an update on how the exclusive breastfeeding week was celebrated in the state. She noted that exclusive breastfeeding has become a challenge for women, especially at the workplace, hence the expediency of the law. Cross River proposes 1 month paternity leave law for fathers.
I'm still taking stories from the Punch newspaper this morning. Nans to engage federal government over ASU demands. And now to the details. The National Association of Nigerian Students is set to engage the Minister of Labor and Employment, Gige, Minister of Education, Adamu, over alleged report that the federal government has no money to meet the demands of the striking academic staff union of universities. The student body has, however, disassociated itself from a report calling for the sack of the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, by some faceless students. The association's vice president, special duties, Odiahi, who addressed a news conference on Monday in Abuja, said the students were unhappy with comments credited to the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Festus Keyamo, that the government had no money to meet the demands of ASO. Keyamo was said to have asked parents to beg ASO to call off the strike because the government could not afford the 1.2 trillion demands of the union as proposed by the Emeritus Professor Nimi Briggs Committee on Renegotiation of the 2009 Federal Government slash ASU agreement. Ikine said the leadership of the association would meet with Adamu and Ngige to know exactly what was happening after President Buhari gave a directive that the strike will be resolved within 2 weeks, and government officials were coming out to say that there was no money to meet the demands of the union. He vowed that the students would not relent in their efforts to ensure the right thing is done. From the Punch newspaper this morning, for more, check out for this headline: Nuns to engage federal government over ASU demands.
And still reading from the Punch newspaper here, WAHEC releases 2022 WASC results was owed 365,564. The West African Examinations Council (WAEC) has released the 2022 West African Senior School Certificate Examination result for school and withheld the results of 365,564 candidates in connection with various reported cases of malpractices. Speaking on Monday at the WAEC office in Yaba, head of Nigeria National Office, Patrick Aregan, while announcing the release of the results, students' preparations for the examination were poor, adding that candidates were no longer ready to learn. He explained that 365,564 candidates represented 22.83% of the total number of candidates that sat for the examination, saying the number was 11.74% higher than the 10.9% recorded in the WASC for school certificate of last year. For those who have children that sat for this examination, or you are listening and you sat for this is a good news for you, hopefully. Uh, Punch has it, and here comes the headline to it. WAEC releases 2022 WASC result with odds 365,564. That's a lot of results withheld.
It is a lot of results, and it's also a good news, as you have said earlier, for those who sat for the examination.
Might not be for some, because not everyone that sat for it would eventually go through with their needed credits to get out of that. Anyway, congratulations to those who got the good results, and to those who the results have been withheld. Possibly you pray, and then it's also a lesson to everyone listening. Malpractices, whatever form it is, it's not good and should not be tolerated.
Yes. And we're still in the world of education, still taking stories from the Punch newspaper this morning. Colleges of Education teachers meet on strike Wednesday. The National Executive Council of Colleges of Education Academic Staff Union is scheduled to meet on Wednesday to decide whether to extend its ongoing strike or suspend the industrial action. The Punch reports that COESO embarked on strike following the failure of the government to meet some lingering demands of the union. The union had lamented the failure of the government to embrace the union's preference for the University Transparency Accountability System and the failure of state government to address issues peculiar to state-owned colleges of education. Speaking in an interview with the Punch newspaper, the Union Secretary General, Dr. Hamid Lawan, on Monday noted that the union had met with the renegotiation team from the government and that it would hold its next meeting to decide on the way forward. Lawan said, and I quote, "We started meeting with the government team on August 2nd, 2022. There were some agreements made and there are some other demands that we are still hoping will be met. Our NEC will be held on Wednesday. We need to brief our members and let them know what is going on. This will also help them decide whether to extend the strike to give the government more time to meet all demands." It is a very long one here. Colleges of Education teachers meet on strike Wednesday, and this is coming from the Punch newspaper.
You say this marriage confidentiality, showing God's
You want to take it?
take it.
I don't know. Well, you can take it.
What's
I've seen it, but I don't know if it's okay to take it in the radio.
the story? You read the story?
I read it.
Okay, I'm sorry, it's okay And now we're wrapping up with this on the Daily Trust newspaper. Erufai says, not even my cops will be found near PDP. Governor Nasir Erufai of Kaduna State has said he can never decamp to the PDP, People's Democratic Party, Erifai said this while reacting to a claim of Daniel Buala, spokesman of PDP presidential campaign, that it would soon dump the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC). In a tweet, Buala, who until recently was a member of the APC, said he was optimistic that Erifai will be in the PDP even before the 2023 elections. Reacting, Erifai quoted the tweet and wrote, "Thanks at Buala Daniel, but no thanks. Never ever, not even my corpse, will be found in the vicinity of your newly found political party." I still dey laugh. And those are the words of Governor Nasir Erifai. Pick up today's edition of the Daily Trust for you to get more to this particular story. Erifai says, "Not even my corpse will be found near PDP." That's all on the segment of the program.
And now we move to the second segment where you get to join the program by contributing one to just one story of your choice this morning. A quick reminder there, it is just 60 seconds per caller, and your comments must be civil as possible. The studio lines to dial this morning 0909 0909 You can also dial 0701 384 1025, or you dial 0905 897 3138. I take that again, 0905 897 3138.
And please, when you're responding, turn down the volume on your radio set so the reception can be good, so we can entertain. I mean, we can get to hear ourselves, and the noise will not interfere whatsoever. And then remember that the call has to be in the space of 1 minute, so we can allow as many calls as we should.
Hello, good morning. Glad to have you.
Good morning to you. Thank you for calling. 0909 444 1025.
Or you dial 0701 384 1025. Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir. We're glad to have you this morning. And God bless you too. Thank you for your contribution. Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir. We're glad to have you this morning. And God bless you too. 0909 Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir. Yeah. And thank you for your comments and amen to your prayers. Hello, good morning. Oh, we
Okay,
lost
we lost
that.
the call.
0701 or you dial 0905 897 3138. You can also dial 0909 444 1025. Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir. We're glad to have you this morning. And thank you for your contribution. Hello, good morning. Morning, sir.
Yes. And thank you very much for your comment as well. Hello, you're live on radio. Yes, good morning to you. Go ahead. All right. All right. All right. Thank you very much for your comment. Hello. Good morning to you. What's your name, please? You're welcome. Go ahead.
So now we have that the news is coming out and what is possible to have their own national team candidate actually no the only will receive everything in that I that this is what the
God bless you too. Thank you for calling.
0909 444 1025. Good morning. Good morning, sir. We're glad to have you.
Thank you very much for calling. And then we still can pick some more calls before we go on the program.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is somebody just speaking from I was advised and
It was
happen
one that I
to
called the other
No,
time.
it
to
didn't. That's
address
calls to the
their
private number.
their
Yeah, it calls to
grievances
the private number, but who
to
called the other
APC
time?
The apostle is
and the
for that one
federal
is for
government, not
it
to
sounds like
Buhari, because there is no
I
Buhari.
thought it's the one. No?
At least what the Tinubu was holding as a trump card against the APC has been implemented.
hello, good morning to you. What's your name, please? You're welcome. Okay. God bless you too. And this is how far we can go on the program this morning. Thank you very much for participating and for dropping your comments as well for those who tried calling and the calls were picked. The phone lines are still buzzing, but we cannot go there any further. My colleague, thank you for being a part of the program with me this morning. So
It's nice being here this morning.
absolutely brilliant.
I am Bioluwatife Adepoju, telling you to have a good day ahead. And
Along Ajashepo Road in Ijagbo, Kwara State. Time check from here is 8 a.m. Gẹ́gẹ́ òní aago mẹ́jọ lù láti ìkànnì tó à ń tiwa 102.5 FM. Ìlú Ìjàgbó òní àfikalẹ̀ sí nípínlẹ̀ Kwara tí àtìndàbíọ̀dún tí à ń rọ̀ bí òwe. Aago mẹ́jọ tí ó lù gẹ́gẹ́ báyìí ó ti tó àkókò láti tẹ́tí sí ìròyìn OYELA. Ẹ máa bá ọkàn.
Táwọn gbàǹkangbè èdè Yorùbá ọ̀yẹ̀là fún ìròyìn tí ò fi bákan bọ̀kan nínú ọ̀yẹ̀là fún àṣàyàn èdè Yorùbá lórúurú ọ̀yẹ̀là lórí rédíò TNT 102.5 Ìjàpọ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara ẹ máa gbọ́.